Well, good afternoon. My name is Jeff. I'm an amateur radio operator. My call sign is Kilo 8 Juliet Mike Hotel. I'm going to video the audio between the International Space Station through amateur radios to Gary Literacy Coalition Incorporation. They're located in Gary, Indiana. This is May the 8th of 2013, and it is at 1934 and a half right now. The International Space Station should be trying to make contact here very shortly. So I wanted to kind of talk a little bit before that happens. I am running a Yaesu 736R. It is a satellite radio, and I'm running a preamp. It is the Advanced Research preamp, and I really enjoy that. But just about ready to hit the footprint of the ISS, which it just lit up. So we ought to be hearing, when you hear a voice, it will be the astronaut from the International Space Station. You will not be able to hear the individuals in Gary, Indiana, because their frequency is going upward, and the International Space Station is coming, their RF is coming down, in which they have a footprint about 2,500 miles. So we ought to be able to get a pretty good audio from them today. Now I'm going to turn my squelch off until we get good coverage with them. And I'm set up for Doppler if I need it, Doppler effect, but I don't think we're going to need Doppler effect here. So let's listen here and see what happens. I am doing Doppler effect right now. That is the astronaut.
Exercise device feels just like lifting weights. We can do all kinds of squats and bench press to keep our bones and muscles strong. Over. Thank you, John. We have huge solar arrays about the size of a football, and those are special. Look like big wings that catch the sunlight. It's just like a plant. Catches the sunlight, turns it into energy for us, charges up our batteries, and keeps us running the laboratory. Over.
I turned the squelch on since we're getting such a good copy on the astronaut.
KC9JQN, KC9JQN, I've got you back loud and clear. Over.
Like I say, I am doing a Doppler effect. Let's see what we can do on the zenith frequency.
KC9JQN.
There we go.
NA1SS has you loud and clear. Help me.
The International Space Station call sign is NA1SS.
KC9JQN, KC9JQN. How do you read NA1SS now? How do you read NA1SS? Over.
He must be having a little bit of trouble making contact with the ground in Gary, Indiana. At this time, this is a scheduled
And Kanisha, I'm sorry, I did not hear your question. Could you repeat? Over.
This is a scheduled contact, and it is forbidden for anybody to get on there and to interrupt. But if he wasn't on a scheduled contact, I would be able to key up and be able to talk to him direct myself.
Jakara, right now, it's good to have to be either a pilot and to have some kind of technical engineering degree, mathematics, medicine, that sort of thing. So it's good to study those subjects if you want to be an astronaut. But in the future, there'll be all kinds of specialists that'll be astronauts. It's good to fall in love with something and get very good at it, no matter what it is, if you want to fly in space someday. Over. Well, D'Angelo, that's a profound question. Actually, we age less, and we calculated it out that we are aging about 5 milliseconds less than everybody else on Earth because of our speed, and that's the effect of time dilation due to relativity. Over.
Okay, I'm going to change my antenna because he's going pretty much about right over top of me. I've got to make a 180-degree turn with my antenna.
Christopher, it feels wonderful. You feel like Superman. You can just fly around or float or hover over something. Sometimes it makes work kind of hard because you slip and slide around trying to hold on to something. But once you get good at it, it's a lot of fun. I can be tired. Things work up here. But after that, it's just a lot of fun. Over.
Did you notice how he broke in and out there? That's switching my antenna.
And Jordan, not only do I think an astronaut will land on Mars, it could even be you. Be anyone there listening to me today. It certainly won't be me, but somebody your age, I think, will be walking on Mars someday. Over. Yes, Kalia, there is always an American and a Russian on board. Americans and Russians built the vehicles, the rockets that brought most of the parts up here and built most of the space station. There's also a Canadian on board flying with us right now. But we always have one of our international partners that comes from any one of 15 countries around the world on board the space station. Over. That's a great question. We have a beautiful view of the Earth out the window. And so if we have any free time at all, that's usually what we like to do. We have a guitar up here. I've got lots of books to read. And frankly, the work is very exciting. We have never been bored up here. Over. That's a good question, Michael. And yes, I have. We're humans up here, so every once in a while we fail at something. The good thing is the ground control, mission control is watching over our shoulders, backing us up. And we always watch what each other, our crewmates, is doing so we can help each other out. So overall, the mission gets done, even though occasionally any one of us can make a mistake. Over.
Okay, I just switched there on the Doppler effect there. The International Space Station, when they're coming to you, the frequency goes higher. When they're going away from you, the frequency goes lower.
Yes, I can, actually. Have a little bit of internet. Not like that. But I have a Twitter account up and tweeting about one. It has a lot of followers. And so, yes, it's possible to do that from the space station. Over.
The International Space Station right now at the present time is over the Atlantic. Our good little piece.
KC9JQS, KC9JQS, this is anyone, that's how you read. KC9JQS, KC9JQS. with Mayday 1 is Sandy Reed, over.
Looks like he's losing contact with him. Well, I'm getting pretty close to being to the outer edge of the footprint. That was a pretty good audio contact with the ISS. They had contact with the Gary Literacy Correlation and Gary, Indiana. So I hope you enjoyed that. This is Amateur Radio Operator. My name is Jeff. My call sign is K8JMH.